Well, hey, it's Mark Lanier with your video thought for the day. Yesterday after church, I was telling my wife, I got to figure out what I'm going to do this week on the video thoughts for the day. Do you have any suggestions? And Becky said she really appreciated the Proverbs series that I had done last week and said, why don't you keep doing some more Proverbs? They're practical, they're good, and sometimes we don't spend as much time reading them as we might other parts of the Bible. So I thought, okay. So this week, join me as we go and continue in the Proverbs, and I'm just kind of trying to find nuggets as we go along the way that make me pause and think so I can share those thoughts with you. Which brings me today to Proverbs chapter 8. Proverbs chapter 8 is one of the well-known chapters within the book of Proverbs to people who read the Bible a good bit, especially to scholars, because it's provoked a lot of thought because of what it has to say. Proverbs chapter 8 isn't so much little independent words and nuggets of wisdom, but rather it's an entire chapter dedicated to wisdom. It's called the wisdom chapter by many people who study the Old Testament and who study Proverbs in particular, because the whole chapter is a personification of wisdom. By that, wisdom speaks in the chapter and speaks like a human being. And so it's fascinating to see what wisdom has to say. Now, what I really want to focus in on and zero in on today is the passage within this that talks about, let me pull it up here so I can get it exactly right. It's Proverbs 8:12. Proverbs 8:12 says, I, wisdom, dwell with prudence, and I find knowledge and discretion. Now, if you ask me who I dwell with, I'd tell you my wife, Becky. We used to dwell with our kids, but they all grew up and now they dwell somewhere else. But because I dwell with Becky, we eat together, we sleep together, we laugh together, we interact, we have that constant base of reference. That's what it is to live with someone or to dwell with someone. So wisdom in this personification passage says that wisdom dwells with prudence. Now, prudence is a name. A lot of people are named Prudence, but this isn't talking about the name of prudence. This is talking about the idea of prudence. And prudence, aram in the Hebrew, the word that's translated prudence here, is this idea of kind of a craftiness, not with a negative overtone to it, but someone who's good at figuring things out. And wisdom dwells with prudence in the sense that where we find wisdom, we find that same spirit of wanting to figure things out. And that's why the passage goes on to say that you'll also find knowledge and discretion with wisdom. What a bunch of sweet mates. Here's wisdom dwelling with an ability to get things done and knowledge, and yet discretion, being discreet about things. This is an important part of wisdom. I'd like to live in that house for a while. And I'll tell you more about it tomorrow, but let me tell you that the beginning of this wisdom is found in fearing the Lord and hating evil. More on it tomorrow, but what I hope to do this week is entice you to move in with wisdom. You be one of those wise people who dwells with prudence and knowledge and discretion, and it will transform your life. That is your video thought for the day.